Hey everyone, it's Lucy from KBeautyHobbit.com. If you're new to my channel, welcome, so happy to have you. If you're not new, you already know that most of my content on this channel is about Asian beauty, specifically Korean beauty, but I do have occasional Japanese products sneak in as well. However, in my personal life, there are a few products that are Western that I use, and I think those are worth mentioning. So if you want to see my non-Korean must-haves, keep watching. The first one is my absolute most favorite shampoo. This is the Amika Volt Color Lock shampoo. It looks like this. I get the liter bottles now. First, I fell in love with these after trying one from TJ Maxx. The packaging looked different. I wonder if it was at TJ Maxx because the brand changed their packaging, and it used to be called something a little bit different too, maybe color lasting shampoo, something like that. But I noticed it really does make a difference in how long my hair stays bright. I color it with henna every 4 to 5 weeks. I could probably do it more frequently because my hair grows really quickly, but I'm just lazy. Anyway, henna being red, it fades if you don't get the right shampoo, and I try to keep it vibrant as long as I can. This shampoo really does make a visible difference, a noticeable difference in how long my henna stays bright. It's gotten to a point where even when I travel, I take a little bit with me in a travel bottle because 1 or 2 shampoos, when the henna is fresh with the wrong kind of shampoo, fades it noticeably very quickly, or more noticeably than it fades with this. So I love it, and it cleanses my oily scalp really well. I have fine hair, oily scalp, and yeah, this is a must-have. I don't think I'll ever be using a different shampoo as long as this one is being made. Another hair thing, I got this one from a Dr. Idris video, and if you don't follow Dr. Shireen Idris, you definitely should. She's a dermatologist and she has amazing content. This is L'Oreal Paris EverStrong Sulfate-Free Thickening Conditioner with rosemary. Rosemary is having a moment in the hair care world right now. The research on whether or not it aids in hair growth is not super reliable yet. Not to say it doesn't work. I do use rosemary oil on my scalp, but in a conditioner, I don't put a conditioner on my scalp at all. I apply from about ear level down. This does make a noticeable difference as far as volume, just temporary effect, but that's really all I need because I shampoo and condition every other day. This really works. I think this is my 3rd bottle. I just get it from Amazon now and Subscribe and Save because the price is slightly better or as good as Target, but I don't have to go anywhere to get it. It just comes to my house. I love it, and I actually really like the tube packaging as well. It's kind of a thicker cream consistency, but it's not as rich as a hair mask, so it's a really good volumizing but with no weigh down conditioner. But having the squeeze tube format is just very convenient. It's more convenient than having a bottle that you have to turn over, and then by the time it gets to the bottom you have to shake it like the shaker weight commercials of the 90s. So this is really good, and I just keep buying it. This does smell like rosemary, so if you hate the rosemary smell, maybe this one isn't for you. However, the scent doesn't linger. I only notice it while I'm actively using the conditioner, and then once I rinse it off and go dry my hair and do all the other things to it, I really don't notice the scent anymore. So perhaps it's still worth a try if you need a really good volumizing conditioner that is still affordable. This one, if I remember correctly, is under $10 or around $10. For a pretty big tube, it's really not a bad price. The next one is this Olaplex number 3 Hair Perfector. It's a bond repairing product, so it tries to strengthen the weakened bonds and prevent breakage. You apply it before shampooing, so it's not a conditioning treatment. It's applied before shampooing. I try to do it once a week or so, maybe twice a week, just really depends on how much time I have. Try to leave it in at least 10 minutes, maybe longer. I got into this after seeing Jude Chow from 50 Shades of Snail really love on Olaplex in her stories, but then also Dr. Sam Ellis, who's another dermatologist that I follow. She really loves this, and she leaves it on for like an hour while she works out. I don't do that. Just the 10-15 minutes seems to be okay. It recommends to do it at least for 10 minutes, but it can be longer as desired. This is my 2nd purchase. I started out with a smaller bottle, used that up, and now I went ahead and bought the salon size because per ounce it was a better price. Now the rest of this is really no particular order, kind of a random collection of different personal care items that I enjoy that are not Asian. This one is another recommendation from Jude Chow, who is a frequent flyer in my videos because I learn a lot from her. And this is the Austalian Gold Ultimate Hydration SPF 50 Lotion Sunscreen. It is water resistant for up to 80 minutes. We went on vacation in the beginning of April to the ocean, and I needed some body and face water resistant sunscreen. For face, I took the Biore It's a waterproof sunscreen, a Japanese formula. However, this would have worked on her face as well, I think. This one is quite scented. This is a new tube, so it still has a Target sticker. I'll put links for everything in the description. Target had the best price for this. When you're shopping for these, pay attention though, because there is an SPF 30 version, and I wanted the SPF 50. So I took 2 bottles of this, 2 full bottles, and another bottle of the same size, but the kid version, so it's for sensitive skin. We ran through this whole bottle and the whole kid bottle and brought this one back. Very, very good. It's clear. Yes, it does have a scent, but that's not a deal breaker for me. No white cast. It's not really sticky when it dries down, and I had a pretty easy time washing this off in the shower with just body soap, but in the ocean it was water resistant as far as I can tell, because I don't have any burns and I am very, very fair. My husband didn't have any burns. He only got tanned in the spots that he forgot to cover, like the back of his neck. So it was more of a user error and not the sunscreen failure. But I really enjoyed this, and while I really prefer to cover up instead of using sunscreen everywhere, I even had a UPF like swim dress type thing with sleeves. But this was great for exposed area because you don't always want to have a UPF dress on. Sometimes you just want to go swimming in a regular swimsuit, and this is really a great option. And the one for kids was also really, really nice. This one is more clear than the kid one. The kid one comes out looking more white and a little bit thicker, but still spreads really nice, sinks in really nice, and doesn't seem to leave a white streaks anywhere like on strollers or furniture or whatever. So definitely take a look at this brand. They make some other ones, some really good mineral sunscreens, but those are a little bit harder to spread, and I don't think they're water resistant. That's what we normally use outside during the summer, just for outdoor play. But when water is involved, I think this is going to be my go-to, and it was not badly priced for this size either. This one is an all-time favorite. It's not really beauty, but it's personal care. It's kind of this gray line, but this is the Nivea Fresh Natural aluminum-free deodorant. It looks like this, and it's all in German because this is only made for the German market. Several years ago, we had an intern at work from Germany, and she and I became friends, and when she was leaving, she left me a ton of her unopened brand new personal care products because she brought a lot of the things with her to the United States because she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to find personal care alternatives here that she would like, because she had poor experiences with that in some of the other countries that she lived in. She just couldn't buy the stuff at the drugstore that she wanted, so she brought a ton of stuff with her and then ended up only using some of it, and then some of it was completely brand new, unopened, whatever, and she left that for me. I fell in love with this deodorant. It's a roll-on. This is very throwback for me because when I was little living in Russia, I remember my mom had the brand Fa, it's F-A, the roll-on deodorants, and everybody loved them. And I remember one night I was reaching for it, I was kind of messing around, and I dropped it and I cracked it, and I felt so sorry that before she got home I cleaned the whole apartment to try and like make up for breaking it ahead of time. And I remember she wasn't even mad, but I thought she was gonna kill me because I don't know, I really thought I was gonna be in trouble, and I don't remember getting into too much trouble over that. So this works so well. It smells really, really nice, and it really does work as far as preventing, like, I don't think it's an antiperspirant. I don't think it stops you from sweating, but I do think it kills the smell. And I don't sweat a ton. I'm not a big sweater unless I'm working out. So in my daily life, I don't usually have issues with like wet armpits or anything like that. However, I still want to smell good. And this really smells nice. I have to ask my friends now when they go to Germany to bring me some, because it's only a couple euro there. So if you live in Germany, or if you have access to somebody who could bring you some, it's only a couple euro at the grocery store there. If you were to buy this in the United States, it's more like $8 or $10 for one. I've seen this on Amazon occasionally, or I think YesStyle even has it, but it's also more expensive. If I find a link, I'll put a link in the description box, but I just really love it. I love the scent. It's super effective, and I have not been able to find anything comparable here in the United States. This is my absolute holy grail. I apologize for the beat up tube. This is the Cerave healing ointment. I'm still on my very first tube of this that I've ever bought, and it's still going strong, although it is going to need to be finished off here pretty soon because it's getting close to like its expiration date, which is in August. But basically, this is a more elegant, amazing version of petroleum jelly product. It's better than Vaseline. It's way better than Aquaphor. It's not sticky or greasy. It's very, very, very emollient and protective. It's the best lip balm. It's the best under eye, like, slugging product. It is the best for toddler lips if those are chapped. It's even great on little rashes or scrapes or anything like that. Anytime you need to protect your skin from something, this is amazing. And if you are into slugging, this is the best slugging product. Slugging is applying a thin layer of a very occlusive product right before bed to try and lock in all of the hydration and moisture overnight. I don't slug all over my face, I can't stand the feeling, but if I'm having dry under eyes or any other dryness, or if you want to protect sensitive areas when you're applying tretinoin, for example, or when you're tinting your eyebrows or anything, you can apply this anywhere you don't want tretinoin to go or you don't want your brow tint to go. And this is fantastic. It's not very expensive. It's much, much, much cheaper per ounce than the fanciest or even the least fancy lip sleeping masks, but it works so much better. And mine is so beat up because my youngest got a hold of it one time and chewed it up. So yeah, I don't have any pets, but my kids, one of them really likes to chew stuff, so that's how that happened. But highly recommended. And they do make little travel ones. I do have a couple travel little tubes just to keep in my bag, but those are definitely not as well priced per ounce at all. And the Cerave healing ointment that comes in the tub, it's exactly the same formula as this, but I prefer this because you can easily squeeze it and dispense just as much or as little as you need versus dipping your hands into the tub. This one is prescription, and there are Korean and Japanese retinoids that are available without prescription. However, prescription is going to be the strongest available, and my insurance happens to cover it. I know that's not the case for everybody, but what I'm talking about here is tretinoin. I have the 0.05% tretinoin gel for topical use, and the brand is Oceanside Pharmaceuticals. This is a gel, and if you are considering tretinoin or if you're already using tretinoin and are not sure how to incorporate that with your K-beauty routine, since it says usually apply to dry skin, I do have a video all about that, how to use this or how to use adapalene. I asked for a prescription for this about a year ago from my doctor. I've been using it ever since. Just got renewed prescription. The funny thing is, the prescription says to refill it every month. I've been using this tube for, oh my gosh, months and months and months and months and months, and I'm just now getting close to being out, so I definitely don't fill it all the time, but it's a great product. And if your skin can tolerate it, and if you are able to get your hands on tretinoin, definitely I feel like it's superior to any other over-the-counter retinoid. But not all the skin can take it, and some people need milder formulas, and there's a place for over-the-counter retinoids as well. I do use some of those. I use them on my neck and on my chest, around the eyes, etc. So don't feel like it's wrong to use those. It's okay. It's just whatever works for your skin. This works for my skin, so I use mostly this on my face. Last but not least is a totally life-changing, game-changing, self-esteem changing product for me. I've been struggling with hair loss and hair thinning for a few years now, but it's gotten really bad about a year and a half ago or so. I've really noticed, wow, it's bad. So it's not an alternative, or it's not a substitute for going to the doctor. I have gone to one, I have seen one, but I use the Minoxidil foam, brand name Rogaine. This is the Kirkland brand from Costco. It's just cheaper. It's the same thing. You want the 5% or I want the 5% because that's the effective percent. So I buy the version for men because 5% for men is cheaper than 5% for women. And the default version for women a lot of the times is 3%. But based on all the dermatology content that I've consumed, there's kind of no reason to bother with 3%. Just go for the 5%. It's coming up on a year that I've been using. This will be a year this summer. And I have a detailed video about my hair loss journey. I really hate that term journey, but my hair loss experience and my attempts at regrowing my hair. Been detailing that on YouTube. I do have a video. I'll put a link in the description box. The difference is very, very, very noticeable. And while I do other things to help promote hair growth, hair thickness specifically, because my hair does grow quickly, but it's just very thin and fine. And it's still not super thick, but it's night and day difference with what it used to be like. So I'll put a link in the description box. You can watch that video for yourself if you're interested. And of course, like I said, this is not a substitute for medical advice. If you're struggling with something like that, please go see a doctor first. But my doctor agrees with this course of action, so this is going to probably be in my routine for the rest of my life, to be honest, because once you get on this, usually you don't quit it. That's all I have for you today as far as my non-K-beauty favorites. The majority of my personal care items are all Asian, with the exception for these ones, and There might be something else, but I'm blanking out right now. These are the main ones. Thank you so much for joining me today. I would love to hear what are your favorites, especially if you are a heavy K-beauty user like I am, but you do have some products that you just cannot replace or don't want to replace. I'd love to know what those are. You can find me on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit, my blog KBeautyHobbit.com, and in my private Facebook group Korean Beauty Fanatics. I will see you in my next video. Until then, please remember to always listen to your skin. Thank you so much.